So for some of you, the month of May is going to be about really manifesting what you want, because where you are is the Nine of Crystals, which is a very secure place to be. She indicates being, in a woman in her power. She's living a really good life. Maybe a life of luxury. Perhaps you have most things that you want, but you're not quite at the 10 yet, which is why we have, I think, the 10 of Pentacles as your foundational energy, because this is what you are really working for this month. Whether that is security in your relationship or security, like financial security, it's something you are really building on this month for yourself. And because we have the Knight of Wands in the past, I think that this is indicative of perhaps you really setting down roots this month, or getting clear on, where you do want to set up roots. Because the Knight of Wands is a little bit of a flighty energy. It can also be one of the travel cards. So perhaps in your past you've been moving around a lot, or you haven't really figured out where your place in the world is or where you want it to be. And this month is really thinking about that on a deep intuitive level, and really trying to align those experiences and those amazing travel experiences from your past into how it is going to be integrated into your present, and what you've learned from those experiences, and what you like, what you don't like, because I think that those experiences have played a really huge part in setting you up for a really great foundation for financial or relationship security. And in the present we have the Queen of Cups, and in the future we have the Moon. These are both water sign energies. Can also be just more about like your intuition. The Moon and the Queen of Cups are quite closely linked. So perhaps there are some really important messages coming through you this month, either during the new moon or the full moon, because we do have the moon here in the future. There could be some important messages coming through, so pay close attention during those times, during the new moon and the full moon during the month of May, to see if there are any important messages coming through. I'm just going to pull some clarifiers. What does Aquarius need to know about the Queen of Cups in the present? What does Aquarius need to know about the Queen of Cups in the present? The Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a little bit more of an aggressive energy. So I think given the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Swords, you could be entering the month of May feeling a little bit conflicted internally. Or this could be an air sign. Perhaps you are embodying the Queen of Cups energy, which is very gentle, intuitive, open to receiving, very loving, very kind. And the Knight of Swords is kind of, let's get things done. A little bit brazen, can be a little bit impulsive as well. So if someone is coming to you in that kind of way and it's really putting you off, just kind of, observe that energy, or communicate to them that, their approach isn't really working for you. Because there are two knights here, you could also be deciding between two different partners, an air sign or a fire sign. You could be having two suitors. The Queen of Cups is also she's known as the more beautiful court card. So perhaps you are really stepping into your own feminine energy this month, especially with the Nine of Crystals and the Queen of Cups, and that is attracting new partners or new potential partners. So clarify for the moon in the future for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about the moon? Transformation. So I think towards the end of May, maybe the middle of May or towards the end of May, you could be undergoing perhaps a psychic or spiritual transformation, or perhaps you are thinking about, relocating somewhere, or just really making a huge change in your life. I think that this month in May, the lunar energies are going to be very important to you, either during the full moon or the new moon, because it's showing that this moon energy is going to be extremely transformative. Just going to pull a clarifier for the Ten of Crystals. What does Aquarius need to know about Ten of Crystals as a foundational energy? The Star. So the Star is also ruled by the sign of Aquarius. So I think it's also symbolic of healing and renewal and hope. It's also one of the wish cards of the tarot. So perhaps this month you're really laying the foundation in your mind about what it is you want to manifest financially or within a stable relationship. The Ten of Pentacles can be about, achieving financial abundance and security, but it can also be achieving abundance and security within your relationship. So with the Star energy here, I think it's really important to kind of keep your eye on the prize and don't lose hope, don't lose faith. So if you are struggling financially or you are struggling within a personal relationship to kind of take things to that next level, really focus on being hopeful, integrating really positive thoughts into your mind. Just really focus on the positives about your financial or relationship situation. You do have the moon and the star here. So I would say just listen to your intuition a lot. This month you may be going through some transformation, some personal transformation or transformation in your love life. So just observe what that means for you. So what shamanic healing card do you have for sign of Aquarius for May 2018? Inner journey. So perhaps this May you are really going to be going on an inner journey, a transformative inner journey. This could be related to travel. You could be doing some travel this month that's going to be really beneficial for you and your own personal growth. So if there is an opportunity that presents itself to travel, I definitely recommend it. And if you aren't physically traveling, and it's more of an inner journey, an inner travel this month, I invite you to get out a journal and really document and think about and tap into your intuition about what messages are coming up for you. So, inner journey. Not all those who wander are lost. At times we are so consumed with our own personal journey that we project our journey onto another. Every soul arrives on this planet with lessons to learn and a life to live. For as many souls that are out there, there are also that many different journeys. Do not judge another's journey. Always respect where another person is on their path. Meet everyone you come in contact with where they are on their path. Do not insist they come to where you are. By doing this, you will not only expose those around you to your own healing vibration, but you will offer them acceptance without judgment. This is a great gift both to give and receive. So, given that there are 3 court cards here, perhaps there is a lot of energy from others coming at you this month. A lot of people pulling you in many different directions with their own idea of what success and security means for you. But I think you already know what your truth is. And even if you're on, your own very individual path that may not look like another's path, that's okay. As long as you are happy and feeling fulfilled in your life journey, no one can take that away from you. So I'm just gonna pull a Rumi Oracle card for the sign of Aquarius. Number 24. Your divine grace clothes me in robes of sky blue and blood red. As a shimmering galaxy of compassion within the field of which no being is excluded, the darkness of night is illuminated, and all creatures are bathed in a fine golden hue of your presence. There is only beauty beheld now, for there is nothing that not of your artistry, your divine hand, and generous with its grace. Is it difficult to see your magnificence? Without a mirror the size of a galaxy, how could you possibly witness all that you are? You must catch glimpses of your truth now and then, but if you could see yourself as how I see you in all your glorious fullness of being. You are swathed in robes of grace, so light and freeing that they do not weigh you down, yet so luscious and full that you cannot help to stir the movement of your creation as you stepped this way and that. You might live life rather differently, should you realize that you are not worthy of grace, but actually dripping with it, saturated with divine presence, so rich it leaks out of you and causes sunlight to pool at your holy feet. Yes, you are resplendent with holiness and sanctity. This oracle comes to you with a message. You may be wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so. No matter what it might be in this situation, the circumstances, or others involved, even yourself. You have within you your sole possession more than enough grace to see you through anything if you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or any vision you feel like life has bestowed upon you. So pray through unconditional love to access all that you are, to be supported by those beings that love you without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full. All that is needed to nurture you onto the next step of your life path is within you. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take on this next phase of the journey now. So, I think this May, just based on the tarot reading, if you're an entrepreneur, if that resonates with you, or you are self-employed, perhaps you're really ready to take the next step in your business, and really manifest and create your vision this month. But right now is a time to, this May, just kind of be focusing a little bit more inward about what it is you want success to look like for you. Whether it's in love, or whether it's in, self-employment, or even in your own job. If you do work for a company or an organization. Just take some time this month to really kind of reflect on what success means to you. Can you envision yourself as being successful and fulfilled emotionally as well as materially? And what does that vision look like for you? It doesn't have to look like what society has told you it needs to look like. It doesn't need to look like what your parents told you it needs to look like. But what does that really look like for you personally? What do you value? Do you value freedom? Do you value material security? Do you value being able to travel a lot? Do you value stability? What are the things that will bring you happiness and joy and a feeling of completion?